Howdy, all Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days Die. Oh man, I'm busted up. Looks like I got some farm plots ready to go. So I got a little playtime in between sessions here. Basically, I just got too meandery with my story, and I'm like, you know what? I need to redo this whole thing. So, oh, I don't like this broke leg. Well, it's been we're at the start of a new week today. I doing a pretty late night a late night recording session here for me. Man, it doesn't help that it's time change. What the heck? Time change. Time change needs to... Oh, look, I'm starving to death, too. Time change is something that needs to go away. I joined the old gamer channel tonight for my gaming group, and I'm like, where is everybody? Like, it's after 9:30. Yeah, no, I just forgot to change my clock on the wall. All right, there we go. Now I've got some food in me. Oh, I came back up here because I needed food, but I also thought I should probably plant some potatoes in those new farm plots. Go. All right. So I'm still looking for tool books is what I'm really after. I think my last tool book I got was harvesting tools, or whatever they call it, and it put me up to Stone Tools Tier 3. That's what it got me up to. Stone Tools Tier 3. I should probably think about redoing my spear. I think I'm up to iron spear levels higher than what I'm currently carrying that I can make. I got some steel spear parts too, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I watched the new Exorcist this week. I know sometimes I like to talk about the horror movies, so spoilers for the new Exorcist. It was okay. I didn't dislike it. I also watched the Five Nights at Freddy's. Also okay. The Exorcist was definitely better than the Five Nights at Freddy's, but the Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't bad. I'm not a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, so maybe if I was a big fan, it might not be as good, but I thought it was okay. It was no Wally's Wonderland, you understand, but it was okay. And I actually kind of liked the big spoilery event that happened in it. I talked about Five Nights at Freddy's already. I can't remember. But yeah, the Exorcist was okay. It was it was a little too meh, I guess. A little too I felt like it could have been focused a little better, and it was just a little all over the place. Um, in terms of focus, although I feel that about a lot of movies now. To be honest, they all feel a bit out of focus, over focused, hopping around something. But yeah, this one was uh the beginning was okay. Oh, here's a tools digest. Improves harvesting tool crafting skill. Level 6. Level 6 stone axe. Look at that. Modify. Modify. And the storyline was okay. It was basically the spoilers. Girls try to do a little seancey thing, and obviously it went bad, and they got possessed, and then the families try to deal with the fact that their kids are possessed. It's weird. Do you see a path through? Oh, maybe it's down. Um, but its big draw was they brought in the actor who played the mother in the original Exorcist movie. Only now she's supposed to be this expert on exorcisms, and so she was in there for a bit. There's a whole thing where like her daughter had gone missing, um and went into hiding and hasn't contacted her in years, and um stuff like that. And then that's basically it. That's basically the whole movie. And then they brought in like a priest, and they try to cast out the demons, and they did do a little fun thing where it was like uh uh you have to pick one of the two girls, and I thought that was fun. And then the other one would die. The demon told him. It was okay. It was just okay. It was fun. It was better. It was better than average, I guess, but it definitely could have been better. It was not as good as the original. And I honestly don't remember the sequels. I know there's a bunch of sequels. I know I've watched them. But I remember the sequels were nowhere near as good as the original. I really like the original, so maybe that clouds my judgment of things. A little bit. I remember watching the original, and then adults finding out that I had watched it and just being like, "How can you watch that?" I'm like, "What do you mean? It was pretty funny and fun." Like, I watched that movie, and then I wasn't able to be in the house with the lights off for 3 weeks. I didn't come out of my bed for 3 days after watching that movie because I was afraid something was going to get me. My husband had to bring me my food to the bed because I was sure the demon was going to get me. I'm like, really? From The Exorcist? And I still hear people now talking about how scary The Exorcist is. Even people my age, who, weren't there when it first came out, are like, "Oh yeah, it's so scary. I don't know how you can watch that." I'm like, The Exorcist? I like a good demon possession movie, I guess. Maybe it's this doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know. I will admit I've never seen a movie that scares me. You know, I just it's a movie. It's not real. I don't know. Uh, nice. I have so many points. I haven't spent any of my points in 5 levels now. Yeah, this spear. This spear is something else. I'm gonna have to use a health pack here though, because my ability to not get punched isn't great. This spear is a monster. I used to love the the hand-to-hand stuff because it knocks the zombies back so good. But this spear takes their heads off so good. But yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. You know, I liked it. I liked it better than the Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought the Five Nights at Freddy's was okay. Definitely better than I was expecting it to be. Nice. Increase my attack speed, that said. With my spear. I check all these shelves just in case I get a tool. You know what? Can I put a level into something that does my tools better? No. Oh. This helps my spear. You find weak spots in the target's armor with spears, archery, and other specialized ammo. With spears, archery, and other specialized ammo like AP. This doesn't say anything about spears. 20% on anything with target armor reduction. Ignore 10% of armor with firearms and archery. Armor piercing rounds. Yeah, none of this says anything about spears like this does. I'm not trusting it. Besides, I've just about got to Spearmaster here. Meyer 69er. Strength measure. Strain. Increasing. Mother load. Oh, sorry. You didn't switch over. Harvest more resources and bring home the mother load. Maximize your mining efforts by increasing tool damage. Doesn't say anything about more books, though. This is good sometimes. Gain 1 health every 35 seconds. Critical injuries heal 20% faster. I'm going to go ahead and knock a point into that, because I think that'll help things. Run from the shadows, no. Better barter, daring adventure, physician, advanced engineering, engineer, advanced items faster. You're now out of the Stone Age and an apprentice engineer. Gain 50% experience from electric trap kills. Items craft 20% faster at the forge. Craft glue cheaper. Yeah, it's not great. Uh, yeah, I'm not really worried about that one either. That's it though. Yeah, there's no skill to let me get tool books more. 'Cause, you know, like the spear one, if I got the spear one gets put points in the one spear fighter thing, and it gives you more likely to get spear loot. So I just wonder if maybe that was a thing. Didn't appear to be a thing though. Uh, Sorry, big guy with yellow eyes. Not sure I wanted to try to take him with my spear. I don't know why I said sorry. That's why I whipped out the old gun there. Don't need paint. Okay, so you... I like that I'm aimed at it. It tells me what I'm aimed at, and I smash everything to either side of it. Forge. Our workstation book. Can we pick it? I talked to one of the guys tonight about D&D, getting that started back up. We haven't done D&D in forever. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm gonna have to bust this open. Yeah, we stopped a while ago. We started playing Gloomhaven, the video game. And then, at that point, only Dim was running a game. And then he kept being like, hey guys, you know, I've been super busy this week, haven't been able to prep for the game. I think we just play Gloomhaven this week. I'm not gonna be able to make it this week. And then he'll show up and be like, well, I didn't have time to prep today, so maybe we play some Gloomhaven. So we just pretty much stopped playing D&D. Between that and the other guy not showing up and not responding to any messages to him. I finally got him on the phone though and was like, hey buddy, are you gonna play with us anymore, or are you done? Yeah, I play, I just gotta find time. Like, no, are you really gonna play with us, or are you just done? Because waiting every week to see if you're gonna show up is ridiculous. And he's like, oh, you know, I'm just done. So yeah, we're gonna have to rearrange some characters, because now one of the guys that was playing is gone. Lucky looter. Buy more ammunition, that's a good one. And this is something I already know, according to that little open book thing. Oh, I wanted to see what was critical. This helmet? Is it my chest piece? Here's somebody's walking. I'm really surprised we didn't go up on the roof someplace. That's where we came in. But yeah, so I chatted with one of them tonight before we quit, and oh, yeah, okay. Stairway up, gotcha. And yeah, he thought he'd be okay with switching it to Sundays because I feel like I'm more likely to have the energy to run a D&D campaign on Sundays than I do on a Wednesday. Because, man, I'll tell you what, after you spend a full day at work and you prep for comic book night, I get pretty tired on Wednesdays. And then I'm like, oof, to have to talk for 2.5 hours running a D&D campaign. Just not sure I'm up to that at that point, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he said he'd be fine with moving to Sunday, so I'm sure the other guys will be fine with it because he was the only one I was worried about. So yeah, maybe next week we'll get the old D&D going again. Gonna be starting part 2 of the Demon Plague, which is here, bow hunters again. Home cooking, that's a good one. Look at that pumpkin cheesecake. I don't care about handguns. Don't need green paint. Where I came from? This is where I came from, right? I hear a zombie. Yeah, that's that'll be fun. I miss D&D. It'll be nice to get back into it. I'd rather be a player than a DM, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Although I assume that you know, once I start running a campaign, then Dim will want to start running his campaign again. His campaign, though, isn't really much of a campaign. I mean, it's a campaign, and we're definitely in it, and we've been in it for over 2 years. But, you know, there's a difference between a campaign that's got a lot of NPCs and, you know, lore and stuff like that, and the dungeon crawl that is the campaign that Dim is currently running. Not that it's his fault that it's a dungeon crawl. Stupid buzzard. But that is a poorly written adventure that is basically just a dungeon crawl. I am very, very disappointed with that one, and have talked about how disappointed I am with that one on multiple occasions now. I don't understand why there isn't a storyline. It could easily have a storyline, and I could see where you could put in a storyline, so I don't understand why there isn't one. It's just a book of dungeons. And they're not even really connected, because every floor of that campaign is a different concept. And so there's no NPCs. There's no NPCs connecting anything together. There's no do this and then come back. There's no... No, dang it. I knew that was good. Knew it. So, you know, I mean, I like the combat, but it gets weird. That this is supposed to be this big level 1 to 20 adventure, and then they just left off any kind of storyline. Oh god. Oh, crap. Oh, I guess I'm okay. Wasn't there a crawly? Hey, look at that. I got an iron helmet. Cool. I got too much junk, though. My poor inventory. Hey, cobblestones, time to go. I got too much other stuff here that I'm gonna need. I'm sure these various chests are gonna have stuff that I gotta have. Scrapping for fun improves salvage tool crafting skill. I really need that to tink over to iron tools, man. Oh, improves repair tool crafting skill. Oh, we gotta have the tire. Play, I guess. Oh, we gotta have forged steel. Oil, I guess. I don't need the stone shovel. I don't have any picks, so we gotta crack this one open the hard way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back in the old Demon Plague. They managed to stop the Demon Plague's an interesting one. It's like this frozen valley, and every so often people will uncover ruins that release this demon of disease, and so that's the Demon Plague, because people get infected and then they turn into monsters. And so every time it's happened before in the lore of the game, the civilization has collapsed because it spreads like it's like the zombie virus, right? And so the first part of it would be the first 5 levels, so you're level 1 to 5, I'm pretty sure. Your characters level up from level 1 to level 5 by the end of the adventure. And there was a sorcerer during one of the kingdoms that helped free, well, he didn't help freeze, but he was there when they froze the valley to freeze the disease. And he got caught up in the magic. And so now he's, I think he's a lich. And so he's continuing his research, trying to discover a cure for the plague. Only he's not very nice about it. Like he brought a group of brigands under his command, and they now, instead of robbing caravans, they rob the caravans and also kidnap all the people and then bring them to him, and then he keeps them locked up, and then he infects them, waits for the infection to spread, and then tries to cure the infection with his various experiments. Right, not a great guy. And but so they managed to stop him from accidentally unleashing the demon, because he thought that if he could get a pure sample from the demon, that would lead him to a cure. And but they managed to stop him before he did that. In exchange, they will send him bodies of the demons they kill. And so yeah, so we're starting basically from there. Um, it's a pretty fun campaign, especially compared to the other one that we've been playing. I really like how the players' choices change the landscape. Um, Usually there's not a, if the players do this, then this goes this way. If they do this, it goes this way. If they do this, it goes this way. Usually it's, you know, here's the thing for the players to interact with, and they either win it or they lose it, kind of thing. And this was, like, there was an election, and so depending on who got elected is going to change how the town works for the second part. And they which is pretty fun, especially given the the way things played out. The players really screwed some things up, and if I remember correctly, they tried to like extort the one character, or they tried to make him think something was going on, and basically what had happened was one of the guys murdered a guy and then hid the body so that he could take their position on the town council, and no one knew about it. And the players discovered that this guy had killed somebody, and so they took the evidence from where he had it hidden, and then they forgot to cover their tracks. And so now he knows that someone got the stuff, but there's only one other person in town who knows. And so I had him confront that guy, but that guy is a much higher level class than the guy who did the murder. And so they eventually came to blows in the street, and the guy killed the other guy. The guy who got confronted, the higher level guy, killed the lower level guy. And this is supposed to be in the middle of, right, the election, is when this all came to a head. That's when they, did what that's when the players did what they did. And so, instead of having an election, I had the militia, who were going to seize the city if the election didn't go through correctly. Step up and take over the city. So now it's no longer the free city that it was. Village. It's a village. It's not a city. It's no longer the free village that it was. It's now under command of the militia. So I had to go in and work on the shoot. I had to go in and work on the dang it, there's so much good stuff in here. Oh, I don't need this. Got Art of Mining. Take 50% less damage from collapsing mines. Alright, did we get all these boxes up here? Now it's nighttime. I gotta work my way back to base without dying. I've got no liquid on me. I got this. Does this help? Oh. Oh god, it's nighttime. They're all runners now. I was trying to see if I could find a spot to jump down faster, but I'm not seeing a spot to jump down faster, so I have to walk her back out. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting that started back up. We've been playing Valheim every gaming session. So We need to fight this next boss, and it's pretty tough. Did I come down in here? I don't even remember. Yeah. Okay. Right. I remember where I was at now. I'm gonna die, is what's gonna happen here. I don't think there's any way I can make it back. But we're fighting this, I think, the second to last current boss. We're all the way to what they call the plains, and then that unlocks the Mistlands. We've already done some forays into the Mistlands, but we really need to finish this boss so we can get the mist lanterns to push back the mist in the Mistlands. But yeah, it killed us last session pretty badly. We only got down to half health, and then we ran out of potions, and we can't fight it because we don't have these fire resist potions. And then this is irritating. Dim is like, we need raspberries to make these potions. We need raspberries to make these potions. We need raspberries. We need raspberries. And he's just on and on about these raspberries, but he never goes to get any. And so it gets pretty irritating with him just constantly harping that we need to go out and get raspberries, but then he also never goes out to get I'm being chased by a snake. I just got bit by a snake. It's not the zombies gonna get me. It's a snake. Oh, I was gonna stab that deer, but I'm not enough stamina to stab. I can't believe it. I might actually make it back home. And so I go out tonight for our whole session, gathering meat and mushrooms and raspberries because we're out of food. And I get like over 100 raspberries. And while I'm gone, he's like, oh, you know what? I didn't need those raspberries after all. He's been complaining about not having the raspberries for like 3 sessions while we've been working on other things. And he had the stuff to make the potions we needed. He just didn't do it. So, yeah, that was a little irritating tonight. But we're almost there. We need a little bit more food, and then we'll be prepared to try and take on that boss. But all right, with that, be brave in the small things, lead in the light, and I will talk to you later.